Hello, my name is Henry. I am a co-founder and the CEO of My Nest Box, an independent supplier of conveyancing searches. I am also a trained data scientist and artificial intelligence engineer. In the theme of collaboration and empowerment in the industry, I wanted to take this opportunity to supply my 2 shillings on how any firm, big or small, can use generative AI to make their firm stick out from the crowd. I'm going to do that over the next 5 minutes by giving one case study, which is creating authoritative content online that can be used to help you be seen by more clients. Now, first things first, AI lies. Not only does it lie, but when it doesn't lie, it creates ineffective, generic, boring content. So you have to be in control of the content that the AI creates. How do you do that? Well, by being an expert. Unfortunately, you are all experts in conveyancing, so it's a perfect example. So let's get into it. I'm going to give an example today where we use AI to create a 600-word blog about conveyancing searches. We want to make sure that the blog enables us to create trust in your knowledge for your clients, generate leads, and get our content to the top of Google. How are we going to do that? Well, we're going to use two very popular at the moment free no code AI platforms. That's OpenAI's ChatGPT and Canva's text to image. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to OpenAI and we're going to start asking it some questions and setting the scene for our blog post. Okay, so first things first, we asked ChatGPT to give us 30 example keywords about conveyancing searches. The purpose of this is to get words in our blog post that will allow us to get to the top of Google for relevant searches and get us in front of our clients much, much quicker. So I asked it for 30 keywords. It came back with these 30 pretty relevant words about conveyancing searches. What a great start. Obviously, as an expert, you might want to remove some, add some, but I'm just going to stick with these 30 today. I also noticed that they all have the word search on the end, so I just ask it to remove the word search at the end of each example. Then we get these 30 examples. But remember, OpenAI and ChatGPT does not act as a search engine optimization tool. So what we could do is we could get these 30 and put them into the Google Ads keyword planner. So I've got those 30 words, copied and pasted them out, get started. And what this keyword planner does is it shows you approximately how many times those keywords have been searched over the last month. So what we can do is we could say, wait, there's a lot of words there. We're only writing a short blog post. Let's just filter it by the 10 most relevant keywords. So Japanese knotweed appears a lot in searches, so it might be worth prioritizing that. But meanwhile, let's just put them aside and remember those 10 keywords. Then we're going to go back and we're going to start setting the scene to write the blog post. We need to tell ChatGPT everything that we want out of it and not assume that it can do it on its own. So we're going to tell it to write us a blog as a conveyancing expert in the UK. And we're going to tell it who the audience is, home buyers. That should help with the accessibility. The topic is conveyancing searches, as already discussed. And by making it authoritative and accessible to the public, we're achieving some of our aims that we put forward earlier. Then 600 words seems pretty good, and singular first person active voice is pretty accessible and quite friendly to read, which is obviously something home buyers would look for. We then take the top 10 keywords that we're interested in, stick them in here, say these keywords we want to use, and then we tell them what we want to write about. So what sections are going to go in that blog post. You could just let it decide the sections, but I've got an understanding of conveyancing searches, and I know what I want to talk about and what home buyers ask me regularly. I then ask it not to start writing the post yet. That's because we've not finished setting the scene. So the next thing that we do is we might want to define some of the things that go into those sections. So one of the sections that we've asked for is how much do they cost? If we ask ChatGPT, it might use some out-of-date training data. It might get mixed up with other training data. As I say, AI lies. So sometimes defining what you want to go into those sections really helps. So what I've done here is I have said in the section about pricing, use my figures. So these are figures that I believe are the correct figures that I've asked it to do. I've also told it not to start writing the post yet because there's still more scene setting to do. Writing a title for the blog post is a really important thing because that's what gets you your clicks. So I've asked for 5 really good titles. It's come back and given me the 5 examples. I've decided that the third one is the best, so I've said, okay, write the blog post with those keywords, with the third title, go for it. And then it comes back with a blog post. Obviously, you'll want to check through it, make sure that you're happy with all the wording, but it's a very well written blog post. Now, final thing though, you've got yourself a really nice written blog post. It's about 600 words, has correct information because you put it in, and has also relevant keywords that will get you to the top of Google. It's a bit ugly. So when you put it into your blog post, you ideally would like an image. So that's where Canva's text to image tool comes in. So say we wanted to create an image, this will create it from scratch with no copyright issues. This will create it from scratch. So maybe I want leather bound books on a office desk piled up high. I then say I'd like that as a photo, make it landscape, and then generate the image. Usually it takes a couple of seconds, but in doing that, we then have a photo that we can use for our blog post that we can call our own. So I will use this one here, stick it in there, and it will allow you at that point to download that image and stick that in your blog post. I hope this has been helpful. Thank you very much.